Mga brother, ito ang pinakahalimaw sa Pinas na yun gaano ba to kalakas sumuntok in terms of power. Ay putya, hinanapan ng kabastusang suntok panapos. Napakawalang awa nito pero marami nagsabi ampaw daw eh. Tuloy nga natin kung ampaw ba talaga. Ito pa ulit brother ang replay. Panoorin natin paano binomba ni Mindoro ang kalaban. Isang body shot ang tumama mga brother. Baong kabay, logo. Ito brother, panoorin natin paano nahantong sa ganon ang pangyayari. Eto brother, parang tambay lang sa kanto kalaban ni Mindoro dito. Katagal kaya kalaban ni Mindoro dito brother? Panoorin natin to brother, kasi mabilisan lang to eh.
And we are underway round number 1.
Mindoro is one powerfully built middleweight, man.
He is jacked.
Yeah, all wins by knockout, right? So
Yeah.
he's
Kargado agad ang binitawan ni Mindoro. Delikado yun pag tumama. Dahil si Mindoro ay may 100% knockout rate mga brother. Pag tinamaan ka tulog talaga dre. Napasobra ang suntok mga brother. Mahilig kasi yumuko yung kalaban. Sa batok tuloy tinamaan.
That's a bad place to get hit.
Reklamo siya sa referee eh. Pa naman, mahilig
Yeah, those
yumuko.
kind of shots can really mess with your equilibrium.
Nagpahinga pa nga mga brother. Delikado yun brother ha. Pero pag tumama talaga yon sa mukha, baka maulog ng maaga itong kalaban ni Mindoro.
Easy, relax, and oh, very explosive, big overhand shots, big power, which is why you get those explosive, destructive knockouts that we've seen.
Training camp. Sparred with Kyle.
Ito brother, kargado din bumitaw kalaban ni Mindoro. Hindi rin biro Mataas kumpiyansa ni Mindoro, makikita mo sa mukha brother. Parang walang talap suntok ng
Very
kalaban.
sharp with that jab. Nice overhand from
and he's trying to back up Mindoro early on.
Weljon talked about the strength of his training camp. Sparred with Kyron Davis, Caleb Plant.
Mindoro is very, very explosive. You know, he's easy, relaxed, and oh, very explosive, big overhand shots, big power, which is why you get those explosive, destructive knockouts that we've seen.
For his last fight, supposed to fight Armando Resendiz. Resendiz, of course, fighting and defeating Caleb Plant. So, man, very sharp with that jab. Nice overhand. Yeah, but
And Mula almost landed a good shot there.
Body shot.
Oh, ended up.
look at that uppercut. Down goes Munguia.
He's hurt.
Yeah,
He
twisted,
is
twisted.
severely hurt.
He didn't
But
see
he's
that
not going to
shot.
beat the count. That is it. Wow, enough. Yeah, but
And Mula almost landed a good shot there.
Body shot.
Oh, ended up.
yeah, but
And Mula almost landed a good shot there.
Body shot.
Oh, ended up.
hard.
Walang komentary brother. Panoorin natin to brother, kasi mabilisan lang to eh.
Weljon Mindoro crossing himself before battle begins against the very, very tough Omar Munguia. Tension in the air here at the Boeing Center. And we are underway round number 1.
Mindoro is one powerfully built middleweight, man.
He is jacked.
Yeah, all wins by knockout, right? So
Yeah.
and he doesn't really have a lot of feel-out rounds either. He throws power right from the start. It's gonna be interesting to see how Munguia deals with it. 'Cause like we said, Munguia himself is pretty good punching power. He's trying to back up Mindoro early on.
And also overhand right. Referee saying out to the back of the head.
Foul.
Bad place to get hit early on in a fight.
Yeah, those kind of shots can really mess with your equilibrium.
Time in. Weljon Mindoro has to watch that the rest of the fight.
Mindoro is very, very explosive. You know, he's easy, relaxed, and oh, very explosive, big overhand shots, big power, which is why you get those explosive, destructive knockouts that we've seen.
Weljon talked about the strength of his training camp. Sparred with Kyron Davis, Caleb Plant for his last fight. Supposed to fight Armando Resendiz. Resendiz, of course, fighting and defeating Caleb Plant. So, man, very sharp with that jab. Nice overhand from Mungia, but
Yeah, Miguel planted a good shot there.
Oh, my shot.
oh, and look at that uppercut! Down goes Mungia.
Yeah,
He
twisted,
is
twisted.
severely hurt.
He didn't
He's
see
not
that.
going to beat the count. That is it. Wow, enough. Mungia, but
Yeah, Miguel planted.
Huwag kang kumurap dahil sa isang iglap, pwede kang mawala sa ulirat. Siya ang tipo ng boksingerong walang inuurungan, walang sinasanto. Bawat kamao niya parang granada. Kapag pumutok, sigurado may babagsak. Brother, panoorin mo ito kung paano nakamit ni Weljon Mindoro ang 100% knockout rate. Kung gaano kabangis si Weljon Mindoro magpatulog ng kalaban.
White.
Well, the preno, he's been in with Diego Pacheco's incredible puncher. He went rounds on him, got stopped in the last round. I called that fight. It's kind of an early stoppage too, so normally he does take punches pretty well, even from big punchers.
He's crafty.
Para maganda ang usapan natin, brother, huwag mo namang kalimutan i-like tong video at mag-subscribe sa ating channel. Huwag ka din mahiya
Hands
mag-comment.
up, good position, and he's built like a you-know-what house he can hit.
Yeah, a little more explosive in terms of his, start and stop, but he, very, very similar in terms of Martinez. Exactly. All three are big punchers.
And it's funny, Chris, you and I were talking about this off-air. Mindoro kind of reminds us of Lester Martinez. Stocky, thick, not super versatile. His footwork doesn't really, wow you or anything like that.
He
But
puts a lot of pressure on you. He's looking to bang you, beat you up, and we're seeing that here in round number one.
something, Paulie, you always point out with fighters like Mindoro is he's kind of
Maybe this thing can, turn weird for him.
Hey, Abreu has landed. He landed a good right hand over the top. He just landed another slapping left hook. He's not having trouble finding Mindoro earlier in round one.
You can look at his record, and he's sort of become a bit of a journeyman as a pro, but this kid had overall 120 amateur fights at a good level in Brazil.
Another fight from Ireland, Dylan Moran versus Tyrone McKenna. Our first visit, we're in Belfast, had a fantastic time. December 7th, don't miss it on ProBox TV.
Kamusta ka, brother? Kumain ka na ba, brother? Panoorin natin to, brother, kung paano bastusin ni Weljon Mindoro ang kanyang kalaman. Kung paano niya pataubin.
Pedigree, like you said, champ, to find holes in Mindoro because there's a lot of them.
Last time out against Tyler Goodjohn, he ate some punches.
Makikita mo dito, brother, parang naghahanap ng makakain to si Weljon Mindoro sa gubat. Parang gutong na leon, brother. Parang hinahunting niya yung kalaban dito.
Kind of runs through the shots.
Which makes him fun, but
Yeah.
also makes him very, very susceptible in some ways.
And vulnerable.
Vulnerable, exactly. Better word. Vulnerable.
Gonna go wide with his punches here against the ropes in round number one.
Oh, good shot there on the inside. Mindoro.
Trying to unload as round number one draws to a close.
Mindoro's rough.
Fighter from Brazil still in it. Wins all knockouts, but they saw some vulnerabilities in round number one. Abreu from Brazil didn't come here.
Good, well-timed overhand right over the top of the jab there, but he missed it himself because he was a little bit wide on it.
He leads with his face. Yeah, his face gets there before his hands do sometimes. And there's a lot of opportunities for Abreu to take advantage of that from fighting at a distance.
Smith along
Parang tinapakain ng hapunan, brother. Pero yung pinapakain iyong kamao.
box.
Yeah, but he's smothering a lot of his work here. And honestly, Abreu's going backwards. He should go forward into Mindoro and smother him and sort of bump him.
And even though, that didn't look great for Abreu, he did not get hit much.
No, he didn't get hit much, but going backwards, you gotta stop the momentum, I feel like, when you could bump him off a little bit.
Also, loopy shots going backwards, you could hit the apex of the punch, more damage.
One of the difficulties in combat sports, especially in boxing, Paulie, people get addicted to power. There's nothing more addictive than knocking a guy out, and people who have that God-given power tend to over-rely on it. Is that the problem with Mindoro?
Well, yeah,
when he does.
A little bit. We just finished the Manny Pacquiao generation for Filipinos, so that was a very explosive
very
fighter, a guy who sort of flew in. Sometimes, speaking of head clashes, and guys were flying with their head. Sometimes with Pacquiao, who was actually, victim of some head clashes in some fights, or he may have closed them, or he may have run into them himself, or whatnot. But that's the thing with Mindoro. I think Mindoro also flies in looking for the power. A lot of fighters from the Philippines right now. Once you have a great fighter, just finished his era. Copying. Chris, cut there by Mindoro.
Chris, you know something about that, right? You heard of that guy?
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao, two-fisted destroyer, comes at you at a million miles an hour. You can't find a single Filipino fighter who doesn't want to be like Manny Pacquiao. So yes, I agree, champ. You see a lot of guys mimicking that style, but there's only one manufacturer.
Yeah, but when they try to copy him, it's still exciting.
Yeah.
Mindoro's
certainly
very
exciting.
Wading into a lot of punches here. Abreu yeah.
Medyo nangihina na kalaban ni Mindoro dito, brother. Parang buknoy na oh.
They made him attacking too much. Let me take a step back.
Uy, grabe yung bitaw talaga ni Mindoro dun ah. Pag tumama yun, maagang good night talaga, Dre.
Those skis quite a bit. Good right hand throws Abreu back into the ropes.
Oh, nice combination from Abreu.
Mindoro got mad. He shook his head. Yeah.
Looks like Abreu found a little home for that. He's doing a double left hand where it goes left uppercut, left hook off that lead hand.
Ooh, for some reason I hear Teddy Atlas. You can close your eyes and hit the guy.
Oh!
Big shot. Big right hand, and down goes Abreu. 20 seconds left to go in the round.
Abreu's smart about taking these. It's not the first time I've seen him. When he gets hit, he gets hurt. He knows how to sort of...
And then he speaks to the ref immediately. Very, very smart.
Oh, couple extra seconds. Mindoro trying to swarm another knockdown.
We get lucky over those hits while he's down.
And he's speaking to the referee again. He's letting him know he's okay. He's going to get out of the round. I think the round's almost over.
Looks to be saved by the bell in round number 2. Finally, that reckless aggression.
Yeah, I believe the first one was a big right hand there. Puts him right down.
Can't get hit with that, man.
No.
He loaded that one up.
Well, shit, is that what you were saying? Going straight back?
Yeah, Abreu should have seen it coming, man. And again, yeah, going straight back. Again, that's where you get him low and just bump the guy. Oh, here is just being hurt from the first one. I don't know if anything big landed here.
And Champ, you know about this. There's two kinds of hurt. There's hurt where
he's got the experience, and let him know you got your experience. Let's see if he falls back on that experience here in this round.
it's hard to do when you got a guy like Mindoro flying at you with 2 fists and a headbutt.
And looking to step in and use power again. Is Mindoro trying to make it 13 knockouts and 13 wins.
Oh, shot there on the inside.
Oh, right hand! This is over! Wow! What a blast from the Filipino fighter in round number 3.
Sabi nila, brother, parang human whisperer to si Mindoro dahil sa kung paano niya patulugin ang kanyang mga kalaban. Ito, brother, panoorin pa natin tong isang laban ni Weljon Mindoro.
talked about getting the respect, Paulie. Round number one, got to back him up. That's a good start. Start up round number two. 100% knockout rate from Mindoro. Good John, of course, has been the distance. In his career 9 times in victory. He's won by decision. Out of his 13 wins.
He's an 18-fight pro. He's showing that experience that he has over Mindoro. He's got the 6 bare knuckle fights as well. So a ton of experience for Good John, and he's trying to use that to take advantage of it.
He's got confidence in him. He's like, I shot Mindoro, and I was like, all right, I got a crazy guy in front of me.
Also, he's backing the puncher up. A lot of his punchers don't punch the same way when they're on their back foot.
Very confident, open up on the left hook.
Good uppercut there from Mindoro.
Both uppercuts from both these guys. Very, very sharp. Mindoro, you gotta understand, he's got all these knockout wins. He might be the kind of guy who also has been used to hitting guys like this and they go away. And instead, Good John not only hasn't gone away, he's getting in his face. There's a psychological flaw here that also starts to wear on you. So Mindoro, this is part of the maturing process. You gotta deal with guys like this. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to get rid of them. You're gonna have to deal with them. Let's see if Mindoro's able to deal with Good John now. He's growing into confidence. Greatest quotes I ever heard about boxing. When an intimidator fails to intimidate.
Good John is doing a great job putting lots of pressure, both mental and physical at this point. Slick overhead, upper body from Good John, man. He's keeping that head moving, not making himself any started.
That's a good idea for Mindoro to go back to that body the way he just did. He started out with a good body attack in round 1, kind of got away from it. Now, a few seconds ago, kind of went back to it. I think that's probably the best plan in case of attack from Mindoro. You guys talk about it all the time. Good shot. Down goes Good John. Popping up a little too early.
Yung ginagawa dito ni Weljon Mindoro sa kalaban niya, parang tinatrabaho niya ng pakyawan sa construction. Tipong tapusin ko na agad itong trabaho dahil bayad naman na ako.
So the opening round underway. 2 accomplished operators, and a man wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold is the undefeated professional Weljon Mindoro. 14 fights, 1 draw, 13 wins, all of them coming inside the distance. No strangers fighting outside of them in the United States, where he has introduced a KO of the year candidate in July against Tyler Goodjohn, getting him out of there in the second Olympic gold. Clarissa Shields, of course, took 2 Olympic titles in London and Rio. He said the ring IQ of Andre Ward is what he admires. He said that facing a puncher of this caliber and this repute really didn't hold any fears for him as he scores with a flicking jab, then he doubled it up, not too accurate with the second pair of lead left. As he lands a looping roundhouse right, he says that the pressure that he will bring with his elusiveness, his ring craft and variety will just render Mindoro frustrated figure, and then he'll start looking for the KO. Shortage of confidence for the man from Melbourne. Since he moved to Sydney to manage the Costa Zoo, the Costa Zoo boxing school. After his contest with Tim Zoo, moved into that role earlier this year. Right cross, left hook to the body, left hook on the inside, landed by Camilleri. Protecting his abdomen with that lead right hand, the left hand wandering around his quad and kneecap, walks his man back across the ring. Remember, both men scaling an identical 74.65 kilograms. Use of the feet as darting laterally both left and right to Camilleri. John Mindoro seeking to pin him against the ropes, bring him square in there. He did get through with a power driving right cross and unloads a couple of punches to the body. Left hook after turning the
let his hands go a little bit. Mindoro's got that power, the confidence that comes with that power. Arthur better Leo. Now the ringside, another undisputed champion.
Top of his profession as a reigning world champion. He knows a thing or two about power, but not loading up everything within his shape. Good right hand to the body, followed by a left hook upstairs from Camilleri, but then Mindoro backing his man across the ropes with a forward foray, but keeping his composure under fire and answering with a single was Camilleri. Mindoro just seeking to end that little coming together with a right uppercut, but pulling the trigger first against the trigger man is Camilleri. Now backing him up to his own corner with nudging, continuing to be, oh, what a beautiful left jab, my goodness, came out on an upward trajectory from out of the line of sight of Mindoro, from around the kneecap, just cracked right into his face to disrupt his forward movement. Beautiful shot with that lead left from Camilleri above our commentary position. Approaching the halfway stage, the overhand right from Camilleri was a speculative shot. Continuing to move effectively, laterally both clockwise and counterclockwise. Mindoro, quick-footed with his advances, trying to close the gap, but invariably the man breaking the standoff by letting his hands go first is Camilleri, and it's a disruptive artist. Camilleri goes by the nickname of Kamikeo, 14 wins of his 29 coming via the short route, remember, and there's that disrupt backhand. Tries the lead left hook, but blocked effectively by the gloves and forearm of Camilleri. And dynamic figure up in the boxing ring as he circumnavigates. Again, just even though Mindoro made his man miss and came out of a crouch with a speculative overhand right, the dynamic darting and elusive movement of Camilleri just give you the impression that he's controlling. Well, Mindoro out aggressively and letting a fusillade of punches go, and a couple of the body shots did get through, followed by a flashing right uppercut. Pinned in his own corner is Camilleri, keen to try and fashion a clinch, but then just, oh, beautiful two-shot salvo to the body from Mindoro. Perhaps his best punches of the entire contest as he sunk his feet into the canvas and got real leverage onto his shots. But now it's Camilleri walking down a knockout artist, and he's teeing away to the body before cuffing away with a right hook to the head. And again, battle for the Asian Continental title at 75 kilograms. But or sometimes the puncher's instinct can be to just dig away harder. And even though they say they're prepared to go the distance, and no doubt physically they are, having made his debut in 2019, but Camilleri with a cuffing right hand and then tying his man up to waltz him back to the space of center ring is boxing a clever physical contest. Left-right combination not too far away from Mindoro, but Camilleri tucking up behind his shoulder to ward off the incoming fire. And again, it's a proffering the half-cover guard. There he fires an overhand right, the left hook.
Nag-aala Muhammad Ali tong kalaban ni Weljon Mindoro. Pero sa tingin mo, brother, uubra kaya tong ganitong estilo kay Mindoro?
Around the perimeter of the ring, Camilleri, Mindoro.
Masyadong kumpiyansa tong kalaban ni Mindoro. Hindi ata siya na-inform na may 100% knockout rate itong si Weljon Mindoro. Walang depensa tong kalaban, nakababa yung mga kamay, nag-aala na si Mohamed. May kalalagyan talaga to, brother.
Sound. Overhand left was a bomb. Walked his man down, but Camilleri landing with the inside of the glove, and then an altogether cleaner right hand, and another one from Camilleri, followed by a left hook, boxing beautifully off the ropes as Mindoro tries to respond with a right uppercut of his own. But he's walked the left and right fists of Mindoro. Terrific work by Camilleri to smother the man from the Philippines. No stranger to going the 10-round distance, so 8 rounds for this Asian title won't hold any fears for him. Again, it's a very dynamic manner of boxing. As for Mindoro, who bulldozed his man back to the ropes and lands with a right cross. Clever boxing out of the corner from Camilleri, who's remained responsible. But now he's beginning to be teed off upon by Mindoro. Is this a stoppage? No, it's a standing count. So, referee Valery Pastuhov stepping in with a standing count after hooks and uppercuts began to crash home against Camilleri. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand on the resumption, but now Mindoro has got his man going and he's seeking to demonstrate that he is a precise and merciless finisher once again. It's an awful long time to negotiate. Beautiful left hook, but then a right hand in response from Camilleri. But Mindoro really is finding the range on his punches now and wearing all of them.
Pinastos sa sariling baluarte.
He's endured a torrid minute and 10 seconds so far. He's taken a standing count. Back into the breach, steps Mindoro, senses that he's got his man going. He's wrestled him down to the canvas. That gives him some brief respite. The referee wipes the gloves clean and he's walked onto a shot, which was an uppercut, which sends Camilleri to the canvas to take the second count of the round. There's still a minute and a half to go in round number 4, and against a finisher like Mindoro, that could well be a long 90 seconds. Camilleri on the ropes above our commentary position, bobbing and weaving, trying to hold off, but he's taken a right uppercut and the towel has come in.
Panoorin natin, brother. Itong laban ni Weljon Mindoro laban sa kapwa Pinoy. Kung kaya ng katulad na Pinoy ang bagsik ng isang Weljon Mindoro. Salamat brother, hanggang sa huli nanood ka.